Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla News, episode 146. We might have been giving a little hint about Tesla's next Gigafactory, and Tesla has officially denied rumors of low demand in China. And in all the noise about Tesla, we get some nice facts showing us all just how well Tesla is doing. And Apple Music might soon come to your Tesla as well as Dolby Atmos. And we also have some huge numbers going electric, and Europe's biggest battery has been turned on and it is using Tesla's Megapacks. And Tesla hits a major milestone this week that could make some big changes to the Q4's profits. All of this and much more on today's episode. Let's dive right in.
Let's put our living stereo stylus in this groove.
Let's start with the awesome news and huge milestone that Tesla achieved this week. Elon did announce on Twitter Tesla Full Self-Driving Beta is now available to anyone in North America who requested from this car screen, assuming you have bought the option. Congratulations to Tesla's Autopilot/AI team on achieving a major milestone. Oh yes, indeed. Huge congratulations to Tesla for achieving this major milestone. But how can Tesla do this when Elon Musk is only focusing on Twitter right now? Because he's not. So the beta software has gone from 2,000 beta testers in September of last year to 160,000 beta testers in October of this year to become available to about 1 million Tesla users in the US. I think this will boost the take rate of the Tesla Full Self-Driving package a lot. I have the Full Self-Driving package on my car, not the beta. And even though it's very limited in what it can do, I still use it all the time on the highway and in slow-moving traffic, even in the cities, as it can start and stop at traffic lights and so on. And I, of course, still have to keep an eye on it, but what the beta software is able to do is just up and beyond what my normal little Tesla can do. It can pretty much drive you everywhere. And yes, you still have to keep an eye on it. It is not an autonomous vehicle, but I still have to do that anyway with my much less capable full self-driving package I have today. I would happily go out and pay $15,000 today for the capabilities of the beta software if I had not already paid for it. This will blow people's mind as the beta full self-driving software becomes the kind of normal software in the Teslas in the US. There is no one else, and I mean no one else, that has this level of full self-driving capabilities in their cars today. Just remember what it can do. Like Hallmark's catalog here wrote on Twitter, it took him to Thanksgiving dinner and back with 0 takeovers. He even did 5 drives that day, and every single one was with 0 takeovers. That, of course, do not happen every day, but just the fact that it can happen is pretty amazing, and it does that without LiDAR or geofencing. How is that possible? But remember to always keep your eyes on the full self-driving software, as it is not yet perfect, and at some point you will have to take over. But there are no other cars that you can start in your parking lot and it will drive you through the city of San Francisco and all the way down the coast to LA, and you may or may not have to help it on the way just a little bit if some tough situation comes up. Only Tesla can offer this, and in a car for only $62,000. You can buy the Mercedes EQS for $130,000, and it will help you a little bit on the highway with its driver assist system, but not drive you through the city. This is such a big deal if you ask me, and we are getting really close to level 5 driving. Tesla pretty much has level 5 driving capabilities, but you still have to keep an eye on it because it will make mistakes. So that is why we cannot call it level 5 just yet. But the car can pretty much drive everywhere with no geofencing. That is level 5. Now we just have to wait until it is 99.9999999, a lot of nines, percent safe to actually call it level 5 and an autonomous vehicle. But that process will now also speed up. As we know, the amount of data Tesla is collecting is on a whole other level compared to any competition out there, and has really started to speed up with the 160,000 beta testers. But that is going to explode when Tesla will get maybe 300,000 or 600,000 or even potentially 1 million beta testers. And at the same time, we just saw the 2 Tesla engineers hold a presentation at BaselCon this week, link to the presentation down below, showing how Tesla's simulations per week is growing exponentially thanks to all the new computer power Tesla is working on and their AI that can create simulations of a specific part of the city in only 5 minutes. Without any humans involved. This is still a very overlooked part of Tesla's AI power, something that used to take software engineers 2 weeks to create. It does in 5 minutes. And another one, and another one, and another one. So put all of this together, we should see Tesla's neural network that is driving the car with only vision. Its learning should take off as if it was on board a starship heading for the moon. And as I said, this should generate a lot of profit for Tesla, as I can only imagine a lot of Tesla owner will now want to buy this software. The cost $15,000, which is pure profit for Tesla. But in the US, the take rate of the full self-driving package is only about 15% and much lower here in Europe, as the full self-driving package is not really worth it yet, as it is very limited in what it can do. But with the beta program, in my opinion, it definitely becomes worth it. So the amount of potential buyers is huge. But if only 100,000 Tesla owners in the US now buys the full self-driving package, that is $1.5 billion in pure profit. And not only that, Tesla will also be able to recognize some of the profits from the already sold full self-driving software that Tesla is not allowed to recognize the full revenue for before Tesla provides more features from the full self-driving package as promised. And Tesla has said they expect to recognize about $1.09 billion of revenue over the next 12 months. So a big piece of that will probably come as Tesla rolls out the wide release. So there is a lot of potential for some more great profit boost here in Q4. Yeah, we are really at a pivotal moment in history, in my opinion, and it is going to be so exciting to follow the progress of this software program over the next few months. And maybe we got a little hint about Tesla's next Gigafactory in Asia, as Elon Musk was on a video call with the president of South Korea. Elon Musk names South Korea among the top candidates for EV investments. The president was aware of Tesla's plans to build a factory in Asia in the future and asked Musk to build the factory in South Korea. Musk said he considers South Korea to be one of the top candidates and would make the decision after reviewing investment conditions in other countries, including labor quality, technology level, and production infrastructure. But apparently also said, we expect to buy components worth of more than $10 billion from South Korean firms in 2023 as we significantly expand supply chain cooperation with South Korea companies. That is a lot of money for the supply chain, but it does not mean it is for a factory. But South Korea does make a lot of tech, and we do have both LG and Samsung over there and so on. So South Korea would be a nice place to make a factory with all the technology companies that are in South Korea. And it is also very close to Japan, the world's third biggest car market, with more than 4 million vehicles sold every year. But why not make it in Japan then? Well, I personally think it would be very difficult for Tesla to get into Japan and build a factory there. I don't think someone like Toyota would like that very much, or any other Japanese automaker, so don't think the Japanese government is going to make a great deal for Tesla as South Korea will. So South Korea would probably be the next best thing, and South Korea itself has 1.5 million vehicles sold every year, also a pretty big market, and could of course also supply the rest of Asia and Australia and New Zealand as well. So not a bad place for another Gigafactory outside of China if this should end up being the case. And this is of course in addition to the expansion in Shanghai, not instead of it. We have been hearing rumors about Tesla having a bit of demand problem in China, but Tesla China has officially been out saying those rumors are not true. Tesla China has denied local reports claiming that orders for its vehicles have been lower than expected despite last month's price cut. The statement comes amid rumors that the electric vehicle maker is considering another set of price reductions for the made-in-China Model 3 and Y as a means to boost interest in its vehicles. And I did write a little with Troy Teslike on Twitter this week because he also thinks that Tesla doesn't have the orders to sell all what Tesla can produce in December in China to the Chinese market. So that is why he has about 46,000 units in transit in Q4, as he thinks Tesla needs to ship a lot more cars from China in December than planned. Remember, last year they hardly shipped anything from China in December. So it is very difficult to know if Tesla has a demand issue in China or not. As we did see at the end of October when Tesla made the price cut, their website went down because so many people wanted to order a Tesla now. So demand was absolutely strong at that point. But if you're going into Tesla's website today, the expected delivery time is 1 to 5 weeks on all versions of the Model Y and 3. So 5 weeks, well, that would be for the end of the year, of course, but only 1 week means that you can order it today and get it in the beginning of December. So that leaves a bit over to the missing demand. But then we see that insured Teslas in China are increasing, and Tesla is about to break their previous record of 34,502 units sold in the second month of a quarter, as Tesla might get close to 50,000 units here in November. So a big increase. So that leans toward demand doing great. And Tesla seems to have exported a lot more cars in the first half of the quarter than what they usually do. We know they exported about 14,000 more cars in October than last year, and with all the ships we are still seeing in the waters, I think November's export numbers are also going to be quite high, maybe even twice as high as last year, so maybe about 40,000 units. So the question is, will Tesla have to export a lot of cars in December because there is not enough orders in China, and therefore have more cars in transit and therefore have lower deliveries than what someone like me is expecting? No matter what, I'm definitely keeping an eye on Tesla Carrier Tracker to see if ships will continue to leave Shanghai into December, because that should give us a pretty good indication if Tesla has the orders for the rest of the year's production in China or if they have to export elsewhere. So going to be very interesting to see Q4 delivery numbers, because it does not seem like Tesla is slowing down production. And if you can't block out all the noise about Tesla, the competition, and the stock is down, well, here are some facts about Tesla's fundamentals. Matthias Föns made a great thread on Twitter this week about Tesla and the competition, where he shared some great charts that really illustrated Tesla's lead, like this one showing Tesla's growth in net income. A metric that we should keep an eye on if you are investing in a company, because we should see growth in the income, and Tesla is doing pretty well compared to the competition here. Or we can take a look at the year to date for the first 3 quarters, and we can see Tesla is leading the way, not just in growth in percentage, but Tesla is actually earning more money in net income than both GM and Ford combined. Yeah. Ford is not actually helping this year, quite the opposite, but Tesla is still beating GM on net income this year, is my guess, as they already have $1 billion more in net income than GM does. And remember, we just talked about how Tesla potentially could make a lot more pure profit on their full self-driving beta in the last quarter that I don't think many analysts were counting on. So in net income, Tesla is doing pretty good. Or what about this one? Auto operating income per vehicle sold. Ford is only earning about $800 per vehicle they sell, GM about $1,000, and Tesla about $10,000 per vehicle they sell. So Tesla's operating income per vehicle is 10 times higher than GM and Ford, so that's pretty good as well. And remember, Tesla's return on invested capital is also in a league of its own and is still going up. And right now they are about 29% return on invested capital, and the second place goes to BMW that sits on about 18%. So yes, Tesla stock is down, but the fundamentals are only going up. So I just see this as a great buying opportunity to get some more stocks while we have this great discount. As I am a long-term investor, I don't really care about the ups and downs during a quarter or a year. This is of course not investment advice, do your own research. But if things weren't exciting enough this week, Tesla will start deliveries of their semi-truck next week and prove all the doubters wrong, and full self-driving is going to wide release, making profits out of thin air for Tesla. Yeah, Tesla has never looked better. And let's squeeze in the last short news topics into this news show. Yes, it's time for the Tesla shorts. An EV discount bill in Australia is set to pass with amendments regarding to plug-in hybrids, ending the support for plug-in hybrids on April the 1st, 2025. So only 3 years from now, the plug-in hybrids will no longer get support from the Australian government. So yet another country that is starting to cut off plug-in hybrids as a green vehicle. So you might want to sell your plug-in hybrid within the next 3 years before their value drops out of the sky. And if you think Aussies don't want electric cars, that's what the media are saying, well, this chart might change your mind. We are definitely seeing a big jump in the uptake of EVs in Australia. But surveys also shows that most Australia would prefer EVs if they were at price parity. Well, don't worry, in a couple of years they will be, and in some segments they already are. And we saw Apple Music might be coming soon to Europe, as it was seen in the Peterson Museum this week with all the great Teslas there, but Tesla took it down again later. And Tesla just hit another major milestone. They now have 40,000 superchargers around the world. This is amazing. 40,000 chargers with an uptime of 99.96%. Not what you will find with any of the competition. Tesla is just so far ahead in this game, it is ridiculous. Electrify America hopes to get to about 10,000 by 2025. And Ionity in Europe about 7,000 in 2025. So those two combined don't even come halfway up Tesla's numbers. Very impressive that Tesla has built all of this all on their own, also during the time when they were burning through cash. These 40,000 superchargers should have cost Tesla somewhere about $2 billion to put up. And we hear people are saying Elon doesn't know anything about social media platform. Well, Twitter added 1.6 million daily activity users this past week. Another all-time high. So Twitter is running at an all-time high. And as Elon also wrote, let's see what happens when Twitter offers good video with high compensation for creators. Oh yes, but Elon is distracted from Tesla. He doesn't tweet so much about Tesla. Tesla is still executing on all metrics and will have an all-time high in Q4 as well. Stop worrying about Twitter and Tesla. Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome.
GM is saying they think they can hit 1 million EVs in the US in 2025. Yes, not globally. That was globally before, and before that was in the US. But yeah, now they're back saying 1 million in only US in 2025. So that's nice. But they also said they think that EV market share will only be 20% in 2025. I am willing to bet against GM here and say that it will be more than 30% of the market share, because Tesla's Texas factory should be running at full capacity at that point in 3 years' time. So 1 million plus, so above 1 million, but let's just say 1 million. And then the Fremont factory should be able to produce 800,000. So that is 1.8 million from Tesla alone. And then GM says they will be making 1 million, so that is 2.8 million just from GM and Tesla, and that would be 20% of the US car market all on its own. So what about all the other players? I think we will be closer to 4.5 million EVs sold in the US in 2025 and sit on about 30% of the car market, if not more. I think 20% is a very pessimistic guess, especially with all the incentive that has come along in the US for the EV production, the battery production, and the mining. But time will tell who will get closest, GM or the little YouTuber. And SpaceX tweeted this week, Starlink is now operating in two of the most remote areas in the world, Pitcairn Island and Easter Island, both of which are thousands of miles away from nearest continent. And Tesla has reportedly been working on major record labels for months to bring Dolby Atmos to Tesla cars. It sounds like it will not be supported for the older models like mine 2019, but still very cool to get these features for Tesla. And Tesla is not the first to do this. Lucid was the first to put Dolby Atmos into their cars, and Mercedes and Volvo also has this feature, but now it sounds like Tesla might get it as well. Still just a rumor though. And we also hear about recalls when Tesla has to make a recall. That is like 9 out of 10 is just an over-the-air update, but still we hear about it all the time, but we don't hear too much about it from all the other guys. So if you only listen to the mainstream media, you would expect Tesla to have the most recalls of any company on the planet. But as Nietzsche has showed off here on this little chart, Tesla year to date only had about 19 recalls, but someone like Ford had 63 recalls, and they actually just had another one this week, so I guess 64 now, because they have just recalled 634,000 vehicles worldwide over fire risk. And no, that's not EVs, that is gasoline cars. But with Tesla, most of them are not even recalls, they are fixed with an over-the-air update. 12 of these 19 recalls on this list was fixed with an over-the-air update. But out of Ford's 63 or 64, I could only find one that said OTA. The rest were real recalls. A big difference in the number of recalls here, and not what the mainstream media would like you to think. And Mercedes locks fast acceleration behind $1,200 annual paywall. Yes, Tesla also offers an acceleration boost for their long-range version of the Model 3, as they have unlocked some more performance and efficiency down the road a couple of years after they started production of this car. But Mercedes already has this feature, but is now shutting it down unless you want to pay for it. So I think this approach is quite different, and Tesla does have a performance version of the car that is even faster, and you don't have to pay anything, a yearly subscription for that acceleration of that performance car. And if you are into performance and fast acceleration, well, the little Tesla Model 3 will beat the Mercedes EQS from 0 to 60, even with the $1,200 yearly acceleration boost on top of the $130,000 car. Or you can just get the Plaid Model S for the same price as the EQS, and that will simply just destroy EQS on any performance metrics. And don't forget to put it into your calendar that Neuralink is going to hold a show and tell event on the 30th of November at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Can't wait to see how far they have come. And as Gioli wrote on Twitter, am I the only one who believes that that phrase has been written by thinking it by someone that has some wires implanted? Oh, that would be amazing if that would be the case. And Polestar has announced that they have produced the 100,000th Polestar 2 electric sedan, 2.5 years after they started production. Congratulations. An Italian hypercar maker Pininfarina has broken the record of the quickest production car. The Battista EV achieved a 0 to 60 in just 1.79 seconds and a 0 to 120 miles per hour in 4.49 seconds. What a monster. It does cost $2.25 million and they will only make about 100 units of this car, so not really a car that's going to matter much, but very cool to see this monster of a car, and it is setting a little benchmark there for the Tesla Roadster to beat. That is going to cost 1/10 of this hypercar. And Tesla is opening a big, huge service and delivery center here in Denmark, in the town of Ribe in south of Denmark. It is a 4,500 square meters big facility, so that is a big expansion for Tesla here in Denmark, and I'm going down to check it out at some point. Unfortunately, I can't be there for the opening, but I am going to be at a huge electric expo in Sweden in Göteborg next Friday, so if you're there, don't hesitate to come and say hi. I will of course check out all the great technology over there and report back to you guys, so stay tuned for that. And I will also be speaking at the Fully Charged live show in England next year, both the one in April and May, so hope to see some of you guys over there as well. And to the people that don't think big trucks can go electric, well, yet another company is making it a reality. Caterpillar tested a massive battery electric mining truck destined for Australian mines. Oh yes, but if you have watched my channel for a long time, you might remember me talking about such a truck before in news episode 27. Yes, that is quite a long time ago, but there I reported on the E-Dumper, a 45-ton dumper that was loaded with 65 tons of dirt and rock on the top of the mountain and generated enough electricity going down the mountain with the 65-ton cargo that it only used the same amount going back up. So it could literally be driving all day long, and they only charged it overnight. But now Caterpillar has joined the party to help Australian mines, so that's awesome. And we finally get some more price cut on the charging rates here in Europe at your Tesla supercharger. Here in Denmark, we are back down to good old prices. There is more than half the price that we saw during the summer, down from 5.7 Danish crowns to now only 2.3 Danish crowns. So that's nice. And we finally get some big Tesla batteries being powered up here in Europe. A 196 megawatt hour Tesla Megapack battery energy storage system has been brought online in England, making it the biggest of its kind in Europe by megawatt hours. And as Peter Kavanagh, director of Harmony Energy, said, battery energy storage systems are essential to unlock the future potential of renewable energy in the UK. These projects are not supported by taxpayer subsidy and will play a major role in contributing to the net zero transition, as well as ensuring the future security of UK's energy supply and reduce reliance on foreign gas import. A win-win, win-win-win. And before we end off with a bit of fun, I just want to make a quick shout out to my newest patrons and members of this new show. My new Patreons: David Westmoreland, M. Fisher, David Enders, and Tesla Track. And my new Be Nice and You Are member, SGS Home 07. Thank you so much for all your support. I am doing this all by myself, but you guys are all the producers of this new show. Thank you. And a big and special thanks to Supporter of the Week, and this week's winner is Kirk Anderson. Kirk has been a Be Nice and You Are member for 14 months. Thank you so much for all your support. Please contact me on this email down below so I can get your address, so I can send you your free t-shirt or mug of your choice. And before we end off with a bit of fun, I thought after this crazy year, it would be nice to end the year off with a bit of fun. And I did 2 years ago make a whole Christmas calendar that not so many people saw, but the people that did see it thought it was very funny and it brightened up their day. So if I can make just 1 or 2 people smile during December and end off the year on a good note, it will be all worth it. So I will, during December and all the way to Christmas, load up a chapter of my Best in Tesla Christmas calendar in the hopes that you will watch it and it will make you smile, maybe even bring in a little laughter. So stay tuned for that. But let's end this new show off with a bit of fun. As a long-term investor in Tesla, you learn to keep your eyes on the price and filter out all the noise on this crazy roller coaster ride of the Tesla stock. That is all we have time for in this news show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help out this video a lot. And if you did like it, maybe you want to consider hitting that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for your support, and if you want to support the channel even more, remember you can, for as little as $1, become a patron of this channel and get your shout out on this show. You can also become a member of the YouTube channel to get a shout out and some extra perks. Hit the members button to find out more. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I tweet all the news as it comes out and more. And check out the merch store to get some merchandise and support the show. Now it's also possible to support the show without buying anything, becoming a member or a patron. There is a link to a donation options in the show notes. And also as simple as hitting the super like button. But going forward, I will be making more videos for patrons and members only. And I will give my YouTube members and patrons early access to my videos whenever possible and make my videos ads free for members and patrons only. So don't miss out. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.